Hello and welcome to BNI Heartland Football Week 5 highlights. I'm your host, Ray Huse.
And I'm your host, Brandon Souba.
Brandon, are you ready to talk about America's biggest sport this week?
Are you talking about football?
Yes, I am.
Well, let's see. So let's slide on out to the sheet for our first conference, being building relationships. This was Black Hills in Rapid City, South Dakota versus Circle of Influence in Casper, Wyoming. Well, Black Hills was a little bit busier than normal at their chapter, added a couple extra chairs to the U with 3 visitors, and that resulted in 9 points.
Circles of Influence happy to match those 3 visitors, the 3 field goals there for 9 points, but they also brought in 1 new member, and that's enough to give them the victory with that touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So your final score is Circles of Influence 17, Black Hills 9.
All right, pushing off the hack into our next conference of Givers Gain. This was Network Partners in Rapid City, South Dakota versus Elite Referral Partners in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's a lot of partners. Well, Network Partners had 2 visitors, but we've said it a million times. Perfect attendance generally will help push you over to that win. And with their perfect attendance and those 2 visitors, it resulted in 13 points.
Elite Referral Partners, they brought in 1 new member, that touchdown and 2-point conversion, giving them 8 points. Bet they wish they would have had perfect attendance now. Final score on this one, in the Battle of the Partners, it's Network Partners 13, Elite Referral Partners 8.
All right, we're going to watch that sweet run back all the way to the next conference of lifelong learning. This was Connect for Dollars in Omaha, Nebraska versus Elite Capital Gainers in Rapid City, South Dakota. Well, Connect for Dollars did have 1 visitor, but I've said it before, there is no I in team, and they referred another visitor over to another chapter, giving them that extra field goal, resulting in 6 points.
Elite Capital Gainers decided 2 visitors was cool, but they kept them all for themselves. Those 2 field goals, though, also giving them 6 points, leaving us all knotted up at the end. Final score, Connect for Dollars 6, Elite Capital Gainers 6.
All right, well, let's sweep our way on to the next conference of tradition plus innovation. Energy and Business from Gillette, Wyoming versus Sunrise in Lincoln, Nebraska. Well, Energy and Business showed up to the field, but unfortunately they were not able to put anything up on the board, and that did result in 0 points.
Sunrise chapter got everybody to show up. They had perfect attendance. And like we said, that touchdown, super important. Final score on this one, Sunrise 7, Energy in Business 0.
I heard there might have been a flu on the bus, and that's maybe why they didn't come to the game or put any points on.
Fabulous.
All right, well, with an intern throw to go to our final conference of Positive Attitude. This was Capital City Capital in Lincoln, Nebraska versus High Plains in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Well, Capital City Capital unfortunately never got back to us when we gave them a buzz on the old phone there. We didn't get a report in, and that does result in 0 points.
High Plains and Cheyenne had 1 visitor, and that's all that it took in this one with a non-report on the other side. Final score is High Plains 3, Capital City Capital 0. Let's take a look at some of the other highlights in regional action for BNI Heartland Football this week. We have a new high score total in BNI Heartland Football. Congratulations go out to Multiply Your Profits chapter in Omaha, Nebraska. They had 7 visitors at 3 points each on the field goals there, and 2 new members scoring as a touchdown with a 2-point conversion on each one of those. Brandon, what's our total with that?
Wasn't listening.
All right, well, the total is 47 points. Congratulations once again to Multiply Your Profits in Omaha, Nebraska. Brandon, how did we do with perfect attendance then?
Well, I do like to pay attention to this number. I pull all of the stats from all of the chapters, or teams, as we call them in the football game. I add them up using a calculator nowadays, and the total number I got was 12. We had 12 chapters with perfect attendance.
Used a calculator. Yep. I learned how to count with Sesame Street.
Well, Ray, I didn't have MTV when I was growing up. Speaking of not growing up, how about those conference leaders?
Oh boy, all the unbeaten teams right now are leading their conference in BNI Heartland Football. In the Givers Gain Conference, that means we have a tie. It's Business Boosters in Lincoln and Seward County, both at a 3-0-1 record. In the Building Relationships Conference, it's Network Connections out of Omaha. They're a perfect 4-0. 4-0 also works in the Lifelong Learning Conference, where Cloud Peak and Sheridan is leading there. In the Traditions and Innovations Conference, it's County 4 Connectors in Rock Springs, Wyoming, leading it with the best record right now in BNI Heartland Football, 5 wins, no losses. Finally, in the Positive Attitude Conference, you've got the Omaha Lunch Core Group remaining unbeaten as well, with a perfect 4-0. Brandon, any other final thoughts before we wrap this up?
You know, Ray, I have 2 final thoughts. First one is just that friendly reminder. Please get your scores in by 2 o'clock Central Time so that we make sure we get your report and you get the points that you deserve. The other one is Happy Halloween, Ray.
Thank you, Brandon. I plan on enjoying the holiday as well. Hope you guys enjoy the holiday, and we'll see you next week for more BNI Heartland football highlights. Football, not curling.
Well, we're getting the Olympic trials, so I thought that would be good to promote.
It's still not America's greatest sport.
Right.